Hello everybody and welcome to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial. In this video today we have another subscriber suggestion from a person called SmigtyVids, I hope I pronounced your name right, who asks, first like, because you're awesome. Thank you very much. And he says, I have a question. Can you make a button combination lock? That would be very cool. So obviously because of this video I have made one. So as we see, this is it here, and in its present state, it is locked because we have our light up here. So you can imagine if this was connected to a door or anything like that, we could see it would be closed. So when we get our right combination, so for this one it is 1, 4, 1, 3, we can see our lamp turns on. Oh, sorry, turns off, sorry. And then as soon as we press a wrong button, it locks again, or we can press the reset button and it would do the same. So even if you spam all the buttons, it will never turn off. You have to do just the right buttons. And it doesn't matter about the order. It can be any order just as long as you are pressing the right buttons. As you can see, it will turn off. Looking at other button combination locks on the YouTube, I saw they were absolutely massive. And I didn't really understand why they're so big. So I'm quite proud of how small I've made this. I've made it with RS Null latches because it was the first thing that came to my mind. Seems to be the only thing in my mind at the moment.
So, what was Jane Austen's most famous book? Bert, are you listening?
RS Null latch?
So, who do you think are going to win the Premier League then?
RS Null latch.
Mate, that's not a team. You know, Arsenal, Man United.
RS Null latch United? So, in your own words, what is the most valuable thing that the British Empire has given to us? Oh, there's got to be only one thing, really. The RS Null latch. Yeah. Right. Security! Now, you might be wondering why I have a reset button, and instead of maybe just every time I press the wrong button, it resets. Because I'm using RS Null latches, if you press a wrong button, and you have it connected to the reset, you'd hear a tick, and obviously then you could work out which button is right, which button is wrong, and obviously that wouldn't be very good because anyone could get in. So like I said before, my combination is 1413, but you can change it to whatever you like and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the tutorial. So, without further ado, let's get on with that tutorial. Just one thing I forgot to mention, silly me, it is tileable, so you can make this button display panel as long as you want. Just thought I'd say it, if you wanted to make a nice long one. Alright, tutorial time. So, like usual, the number on the top is for the whole build, and the number in the brackets is for if you want to add another tileable section, so 2 more buttons. And like I said before, you can make it as long as you want. So, 16 droppers, 8 comparators, 8 rubbish blocks, 2 repeaters, 13 to 21 torches. Now, there is a variable there because it depends on your code. 12 to 17 redstone dust, 8 observers, 9 stone buttons, 15 decoration blocks, and 35 to 42 blocks for your redstone. So to start off with, we want to place a 5x3 area, and you can copy the blocks like I have now, or make it all one block, up to you. And we want to place stone buttons like this. Okay, now come around the back, and place a dropper facing upward here, 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 and here. And then you want droppers going into those droppers. So place a block up, and then another block up, remove that one, and then a dropper facing downward. And then we can place droppers facing downward next to them. This is a little bit tricky for doing it on your iPad or on your phone, but I'm sure you'll get a hang of it eventually. And then there we are. Place droppers like this, facing toward you, and then place a block out, another one out, remove that first one, and droppers facing inward to these ones like this. Oops, not there. There. Oh no, don't have it facing downward like that. Very easy to do. Work. There we are. Now, place rubbish blocks, each one like this. Hold on, let's just do that, makes it easier. In the bottom one of these ones, and then underneath these ones, not these ones here. So the ones touching the buttons should all have a piece of dirt in them, or whatever block you fancy, but use dirt because it is cheap. So the first thing we want to do is place the reset line in. So place a block here, a repeater coming away, like that, into a block underneath, and remove that first one. Block here, and then blocks all along these 4 like that. And we plan to place redstone dust here, 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 and here. Then come underneath, place redstone dust here, a block here, redstone dust, torch. And then we want to place observer line like this. So 4 along, and then 4 observers facing this way. And then some blocks. So when we press that, if there are any, if your item has moved, because if you press the button, there will be in this dropper here, and then they will be shot back, and same on here, so it'll be shot back down to there. So now we've done that, we can do the bottom lock first. So come around here, and place a comparator here, 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 and here. They should be off. And if they're not off, you have a block in here, and we want to remove it. Then we want to place blocks like this, torches like that, blocks like this, and torches like this. Now, what happens on top of these depends on what buttons you want to be pressed. So, for example, I want this one to be pressed, and the third one, and I want the second and the fourth to not be pressed. So the first one, for example, I want to be pressed, so I would follow this one here. This is how I've laid it out to make it easier. So we put the comparator in already, as we can see, the block, the torch, the block, and the torch again. So just on top of this, we would just place a block, a torch, so toward the front, and then a block. So that is a pressed button. And then for the one which we don't want pressed, so the second or fourth button in my case, we want just on top a block and a block next to it with redstone dust on both. Do not put a redstone dust on this one here, because it will break. So if that's not very clear, you can just copy me and then faff about with it later if you want to. So, for example, I want it on the first and the third. So I place a block here, a torch here, and a block like that, and the same on this one. Oops, not there. And because I want this fourth one and the second one to be off, I literally just place a block here and one out. Whoops, one out, a block here and one out, and place redstone on both of them, and it should turn on. Now, if I show you, if I place redstone here, you can see it will try and do a burnout clock, and you don't want it to do that. Okay, now to do the top lock. So come over here, and on these droppers here, we want to place comparators like that, so they should be on. If they're not turning on, it is because you haven't got a block here. Then we want to place a block here, and all along. Now, depending on what your button you want to press, like before, depends on what you have up here. So, this is a little bit confusing, this one, okay? So bear with me. So I want the first and the fourth to be pressed, and the second and the third to be left alone. So for example, the first one, I want it to be pressed, so I need to have a comparator into a block, a torch on the back, torch on the front, a block, and a piece of redstone. Okay. So I'll do that now just to show you. So it is block here, redstone, torch, block here, torch, block, redstone. So that is if you want it to be pressed. Now the second one, I want it to be left, so I don't want it to be pressed at all. So if I don't press, we have it here. Literally comparator straight into a torch with a block on top with redstone dust. It's a lot easier, this one. So because I don't want the second one to be pressed, I have comparator into a torch, into a block, redstone dust. Now I hope that makes sense. I've tried to make it as easy as possible to understand, but it is slightly tricky. So again, the third one I don't want to be pressed, so redstone torch, block, redstone dust. But the fourth one I do want to be pressed, so it's torch, block here, torch, block, redstone dust. Now I can't think of any way I can make that simpler. So, I mean, if I show you them here, so for a yellow circuit, don't press should look like that, press should look like that, and for our green circuit we've done before is slightly easier. So I hope you can do it. If not, just copy mine and have done with my combination. Now, just to finish up the build, all you have to do is run a repeater out from any of the redstone dust on top, and then into whatever you want, the door, whatever. Now, it has to be on 4 ticks. I know that's strange, but I'll show you why. If it's on 1 tick here, and I press in the right combination, so 1, 4, 1, 3, and my door opens because it's right, and then I press the wrong button, it will close obviously, but then if someone else comes along and I haven't pressed the reset button and presses reset, you see there, the door flashes open. Very strange, but once you do it on 4 ticks, and we do the same, 1, 4, 1, 3, our door opens, we close it by pressing the wrong button, and then press reset, we can see our door does not open, because a redstone repeater on 4 ticks slightly lengthens the pulse, and I don't know why, but it does. A 1 tick pulse doesn't lengthen it, but the 4 does, so that's why you have to have it just running out of a repeater on 4 tick to wherever you want, and then it won't do that weird flashy thing. Only a small thing, but it's something to bear in mind. And this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this design or like my video, please give us a like. And if you really loved it, make sure you subscribe with that wonderful subscribe button for more awesome content. Anyway, I'll catch you all guys in the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye! Oh, before we finish, if you do have any ideas for any more redstone, please let me know, as it's very much appreciated. Anyway, bye!